Hello YouTube, welcome to this video series, and in this series I'll be teaching you how to take the best care of your video games. Where else to start than just the games itself? In this section of the tutorial series I'll be teaching you how to take the best care of your video games, cleaning them and keeping them clean and safe and protected. So first we're going to do is we're going to clean the inside of the cartridge. We're going to learn how to do that, just a basic, simple cleaning that almost anyone could do. Then we're going to go into deep cleaning of the contacts. Then we're going to go into cleaning of the case. And then we're going to do what you can do to prevent your games from getting dirty. So, here we go. We're going to go to my table over there, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, first we're going to start out with the basic cleaning that almost anyone can do with the contacts. First thing I cannot stress enough, blowing into your games does not help at all. In the future it actually makes it worse because your spit gets in there and then it creates all this corrosion on the contacts, and you definitely don't want that because then it just won't work even with using Q-tips if it's bad enough. So what you can do just to keep it generally clean, just basic cleaning, is grab yourself a bottle of alcohol and grab yourself a bunch of Q-tips. Okay, now once you dip your Q-tip in the alcohol, you can take your game and you can see that there's two sections of the contacts, top and bottom. And what you really want to do is you want to take your Q-tip and put it on top layer first. It doesn't really matter which layer you start on, just make sure you start on a layer of the contact board. You just gotta keep scrubbing. This is kind of difficult for me because I only have one really good functional arm right now. Okay, I got done scrubbing that, and you can see all that black coming off. You just want to keep on scrubbing those contacts until the Q-tip turns out perfectly every time. Might take a couple different Q-tips to get this perfect, but that's what you can do. Now I'm going to show you the method that I prefer, and this is a deeper cleaning, and it will usually make your games work probably about 99% of the time. If you're serious about your game collection and you want it very clean, what I suggest you guys to do is go out and order this game bit right here. This is a 3.5mm game bit. You can get it pretty cheap on eBay. And if you look at the screws here, you can tell those are not just any normal screws, and you will need this. You can melt a pen cap and just jam it in there and make the pen melt to the shape of that. But if you got more than one game that you're going to clean, it's really worth just doing the extra couple bucks and getting this. So what you can do, you can unscrew all the screws on the game cartridge. Okay, now once you got all the screws taken out, you can just lift off the top, and there is your circuit board. And one other thing you're going to need is you're going to need an eraser, just a standard eraser. If you do have brass though, you can also use that. And what you want to do here is I'm going to zoom up on it. And what you can do is you can just erase the contacts, just go over them, and this will get rid of all the corrosion, all the dirt and dust on there. Okay, once you get it all cleaned with the eraser, what you want to do is you want to go back to your Q-tips and alcohol. Now you don't need alcohol for this, you can also use Windex or Sparkle or any window cleaner. And what you want to do is just clean off the excess, get rid of all those eraser threads. Get rid of them on both sides of the contacts too. Now if your contacts are very bad and they are very corroded, what you can actually do is you can use 600 or 800 grit sandpaper, and you can just take the sandpaper and just scrape it across. Like I usually do like 3 times both way, like 1, 2, 3. And that usually gets it off. You don't want to go too much on the sandpaper. So everything looks good here, so I'm going to go close up the game. But before we close it up, what we're going to do is we're going to clean up the shell of the game itself. Okay, what you really need for just the shell itself is basically an ordinary toothbrush. Make sure it's not one that you are currently using. And you just give it a nice brush down get rid of all the dirt and dust. Make sure you get in all the cracks too. Now for things that have been written on, what you want to do is you want to try to get it off the most that you can with the alcohol and the toothbrush, just like a cloth. Try to get as much off as you can. Just keep going until you can't do them you can't get as much off as you were before. Okay, so I got everything all cleaned up. Looks a lot better than what it did before, but there's one problem. We cannot get this marker off. We got probably most of it off with that. And what you can also do is grab yourself a magic eraser. Now what this stuff is, it's like a couple thousand grit sandpaper. So be careful what you use on this. The reason why you want to use like a toothbrush to get the marker off first is because this will take away some of the texture. And what you're going to do is you're going to try to rub away. There, that took a while, but I was able to get that marker off right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just let that dry a little bit. And now I'm going to move to the back. And when you get sun damage, like you see here, that's possible sun damage. If I can't get that off, what I am going to do is just replace the back. That's why I always pick up extra sports games, because you can always take the back off and put something else on there. And use it for something good. And you see, like, there was a sticker up here before. And what you can do is you can use alcohol to try to get that off, but that's going to take literally forever. Now I recommend a product called Goo Gone. Goo Gone gets rid of goo. Goo is gone. All like the grease and stuff. You have like a sticker, that would be gone. Now if you want to get a sticker off a video game, I currently don't have a sticker on any of my video games right now. But what you can do is you can heat up the sticker until the sticker is nice and warm. Then you can just slowly peel it off. Then wash away the residue with Goo Gone. Now to use this stuff, you're gonna get some of this on a rag, and you're just gonna wipe away the goo. And just like that, the goo is gone. Now you can't really do much about this sun damage part. You can try cleaning it out to see if it gets the sun damage out, but most of the time it won't. I mean, you can try using some magic eraser to get the yellow out. And there we go, I got this game in a lot better shape. I replaced the back, cleaned the back. Now this is finally worthy of my collection. I'll be able to put this in there, and now I will show you what you can do to keep your games looking like new and playing like new. Now that you got your game looking very clean, now I'm going to show you how to keep it clean and working like new. Now what you can do to protect it from dust, you can actually find these universal game cases online. On eBay they go for pretty good amount of money for just like one, but if you buy them in bulk you can get them a lot cheaper. And mediashelving.com I believe sells them. I'll post the link in the description down below. And what you can also do to protect just the contacts from dust is you can get these little dust sleeves online. These actually shipped with every single game. I don't know why all of them don't have them anymore, but these are really good to keep the dust out. Just slide them on the game like that, and it protects it from dust. What a great idea. What I've actually seen someone do, or a couple people do, they actually put their games in like these sandwich bags. So that's good if you don't want to play your games, but if you like to play your games, I suggest like those universal game cases. That's very good for games. They work for everything except for NES games. Now if you got complete and box games, what you can do is you can actually buy these box sleeves on the internet. You can find them relatively cheap, like $1 to $2 each, and they fit snug right around the box. That way you just don't have the box laying out in the open, and it protects it from dust. And it also will protect it from like it crumpling or flattening out, and so you don't get the temptation of constantly opening it up and pulling the game out. So I really suggest those, and I'm actually going to order some very soon. I did leave a part out, but I did make a video of this before, and I'm sorry about leaving this out, but I don't have any of the tools to do it right now. For the meantime, I'm just going to post like a link anywhere on this video, and also down below on how to save it. I have it set for Pokemon games. That's just the thing that says Pokemon games to fix the save battery. Like every single one of these games that, or most of these games that save, they have a battery in them to keep that save always loaded on there when the game's not plugged into the system. But once that battery goes out, your saves go out and you can't save again. So that battery helps it to save, of course. And that video down below will show you how to replace Game Boy cartridges ones. I actually have two of them, one using solder, one not using solder. And yeah, that would really help your games. It's for Game Boy Color games, but it will pretty much work the same for any type of other games, just different size batteries. So, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope this helped you. In my next segment, I'll have all your care for consoles. And every single game I get, I clean it the deep clean way. I always open up every single one of these. I always give it the best clean possible. Give me the best performance of this. And I never play when I find games that are just like old, like this one was at the beginning of the video, I never test those in any of my clean consoles, ever. And I'll explain why I don't do that. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully this helped you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.